call the committee of the whole meeting for Monday, July 21st, 2025 to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Gaffino.
Here.
Trustee Christensen.
Here.
Trustee Gately.
Here.
Trustee Lowry.
Here.
Trustee Nedved.
Here.
All right, thank you. Audience comments? Anybody? Trustee comments? Okay, under item 1 discussion, Steve?
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 1 is the discussion of a tax increment finance facade grant. This is not unusual, but it's for a demolition. A couple of years ago, the board had come up with one of the ways to beautify the 31 corridor was to also allow funding to be used for the removal of dilapidated structures and whatnot. Given that, Nathan and his department of community development have been working with one of the property owners for a while on some code compliance issues, and Nathan is going to walk through that property and what they are looking to do.
So the property at 137 North Lincoln Way is this house in the back. So the same property owner owns all of these buildings. This is an apartment building, and there are several houses in the back. The one at 137 is in very bad shape and has been, has code violations and things. It is has nonconformities for the zoning code, has a visual blight, dilapidated, building code violations. So we let him know that it is in the TIF. He went out and got 2 quotes for demolition of the structure. The TIF allows up to 20,000, 50% up to 20,000. Both of his quotes came in over 40,000, so he's asking for the whole 20 to remove this structure and restore the site.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Good. Actually, I was driving by that today and said, I'll just go back and see what that's all about, and this makes it look really nice.
This is probably in its best light, yeah.
All right. We're good? Nathan?
Good.
All right, thank you. All right, item 2, Steve?
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 2 tonight is the liquor license. There's 3 of them being requested by Marisco El Catrin Del Mar. This is for the restaurant that would like to open up in the Clock Tower Plaza. The village board met 2 weeks ago and discussed the 3 licenses. So there's the Class A large restaurant license, which is your full liquor license. Your Class SEB supplemental entertainment license, that is the license you would need for live music, DJs, and things of that manner. That license needs to be approved by the village board the first year. It can include any restrictions that the board would like to add. Subsequent years after approval, the liquor commissioner has the ability to renew that license. And then there is the Class SO, the supplemental outside liquor license. That is for the ability to serve food and liquor outside so that they can serve liquor with their food outdoors. As you see in the memo, there are times which are restricted to the Class A license for when you can be outside with food. Specifically, the conversation with the board, the reason we're back here tonight at the Committee of the Whole was there was discussion about the live entertainment license and the potential concerns with the neighboring residential neighborhood that is very close proximity, Silver Trails, directly to the east of the properties. Given that, the staff put together, based on the conversation and the back and forth with the petitioner, we took a shot at trying to put together some parameters based on what the board was saying. And tonight, they're in your memo, so I'm going to go over them. But mind you, this is just for discussion purposes. This is not necessarily what the board had specifically requested. These are the ideas that we think got flushed out during that conversation. So as of right now, potential restrictions for the supplemental entertainment license would include limiting music and live entertainment Sundays and Thursdays till 9 p.m., limiting live entertainment to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday nights, making sure that all windows and doors remain closed during the times that live music is performing, and then having a distinguishable schedule for for penalty should they be found in violation. And then we see there's a first incident warning, second incident fine, third incident would be where you would actually have a suspension of your supplemental license. And then should you get caught during that suspension of your entertainment license performing live entertainment, you risk losing your actual Class A liquor license, which is your mother license, the most important one of the three. And then the subsequent incidents after that would be the potential removal of the entertainment license in general as well. So that's just for discussion purposes. So right now, the staff's just looking for feedback from the village board on whether you would like restrictions or no restrictions or tweaking these restrictions. And then the ultimate goal would be that these, depending on the feedback of the board, all three licenses would then go to the village board for a vote.
I think you pretty much framed it up, all the hours and, some of the concerns we had, so I'm fine the way you drafted it up.
Remind me again, were they looking to do live music other than Fridays and Saturdays?
No, at the time that they presented last time, they said that they were only looking to do live entertainment Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay. I don't see a reason for us to then, do they need to do we need to put anything in there for Sunday through Thursday for now?
We did because we looked at it two ways. If you didn't put anything in there, then in theory they could go till 1 a.m. Sunday through Thursday if there were no restrictions, if they decided later on to have music.
Yes.
And then the second thing would be that by setting the parameters here, we can always see if 9 o'clock's too early, that's fine. We just wanted to bring it up for discussion purposes.
Okay. And then was 11 p.m. what they were, I can't remember, was that what
They were looking, I believe the petitioner had requested live bands till 11 and then DJ music from 11 to 1. And under our supplemental entertainment license, a DJ is still considered live music under the SEB license.
So this would not allow them to do a DJ then?
It would
after
allow them
11?
to do a DJ if they just wanted to do the DJ earlier in the night.
Okay, but only till 11? is
Only
what
till
you're saying.
11 p.m. That's correct.
I don't have a problem with that then.
I think it's covered.
Yeah.
Got all bases covered.
The last place, not to say these guys would have the same issue, but DJing was the biggest problem. It wasn't the
Because of the bass.
mariachi or the live bands. It was the DJing with the bass that carry 3 blocks away.
Sure.
So
So since they wanted to have that past 11 o'clock
Yeah, is this going
on
to,
Friday and Saturday, why are we immediately taking that away?
Well, that's up for the board. The board doesn't have to take it away. It sounded like what the board wanted us to put in the draft. So that being said, they're here tonight. I know they reached out to Mike a few days ago. They're trying to explain the types of things that they'd like to do to mitigate any sound noise. So if you have any questions, they'd be here.
well, my question would be, how do they feel about being shut down at 11?
Right there.
Right, I think that's why if you'd like to call
Yeah,
the
so
petitioner up.
if you want to come up.
Right there.
Yeah, with the consequences, I feel like they should be allowed to at least start with the 1 a.m.
Or what are your thoughts on that?
Jason, what did you say? Are you in favor of them going till 1 o'clock with DJ
Yeah.
movie?
I'm just,
Oh,
I'm
I-
curious.
Start off.
to
I feel like
give them
they-
the opportunity possibly, and then if we have then incidents that if they violate it, then we would shut them down, but maybe give them the opportunity first.
that's a process. So it just doesn't happen overnight.
Sure.
So
I just wonder how they feel.
Yeah.
That's all.
Good afternoon. My name is Moses Cruz again. Here's Osvaldo, the owner, and now we have the architect. The architect is actually going to do the soundproofing and all of that. So if you have any specific questions as of the extent of what is the idea of soundproofing the building, this is the guy that you can ask all those questions. As for the question you ask, they would like to have the DJ up to 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. If the music is a problem, they would lower the volume down. One of the things that we want to do, or they want to do, is actually put the decimal meter. It's for the loud music, and understand what are the parameters, and if it is too loud, they're going to control that.
where would that be at? What the decimal meter?
So last time we spoke with Joe, the officer right here, and we wanted to understand what are the decimals, the measurements that we are allowed to have music, and they want to understand as well what is the limit in where the perimeters that they need to be under.
Well, it's just not the decibel level. It's also what's unreasonable for a person in the area. If they hear the bass, there's also an annoyance part of a music complaint, not just the decibel level. I mean, to me, I would prefer to see you have your music till 11 o'clock, and then if you show that there's no issues, then you could request an extension to 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
I just have concerns about any live music after 11 o'clock and what that's going to draw, because there is nothing else in the area.
I like that idea. If it goes good, then you can get an extension.
If that's the route that you guys want to go, he'd be okay with that. If
Okay.
you want to start to 11, and then if there's no complaints, then the extension to 1 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays will be accepted.
I mean, I would be more in favor of something in that kind of path, I guess, rather than just immediately, you know.
So what Joe had said is.
Start them at 11, and if they're okay with that, after a certain amount of time, let them extend it. Maybe we don't go right till 1. Maybe say, hey, you've been doing good, now you can go to midnight, and then if that's
Give 'em-
okay, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. The problem
Can we
is,
issue like a one weekend permit kind of thing? Test it
Well,
out.
If they're doing it every week, then it just, I
No, I
think.
know, but I feel like they need to actually do it so that we can figure out where it's at.
well,
Yeah.
originally they said a 30, 60, 90-day trial of some type that we could have.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe more control over either way. Yep,
You know,
everything's good.
You know, I think I have a sense that they're willing to work with us and
Yeah.
cooperate, and so maybe I'm kind of backing away from that strict curfew at 11. Maybe we should give them a little flexibility and just see what happens, and then address it if there's too much
I
complaining.
mean, let's just set a timeframe and, you know, review it after 60 days or
Yeah.
90 days.
There you
and-
go.
And then
Yeah.
maybe, if we're good, you come back for another, you know, request for an extension, and, you know, like I said, I think we do need to be very careful with the neighborhood, so. like,
Yeah, because it's been-
start it out slow and just keep giving you a little bit more leeway as long as things are going well.
The owners are also, we're also going to insulate, because there's a gap of the wall that divides the bar with the kitchen. So a lot of noise just went over.
Right.
So now we're going to extend that wall insulating and then put, like, panels that will, like, also on the outside that will, like, absorb
Yeah.
our music. And, that will hopefully help out a lot.
Sure.
So like trustee Ned that you said, we'll give you 60 days, see how it goes. If it goes fine, then we'll look at it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's a good spot. I think that's flexible in that. Just give them what they're asking for 60 days, and if there's no complaints, then we can maybe look at
Exactly.
extending it, yeah. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, give them 60 days to 11 o'clock.
11
If that
o'clock.
if that works out fine, then we extend it to 1 o'clock.
Oh, I'd be willing to go the other way.
Yeah, me too.
That's all right, too, but,
I think that's fair, right? Because we had so many complaints. That's the only
Yeah,
reason.
It's hard to draw back in once you're already out at 1 in the morning.
And that's,
So that's the hard
I
thing.
think that's the problem, is it's harder for us to enforce something when we have to take one
Or
step, two
taking it
steps,
back.
3 steps.
Right.
Because.
But
and-
that's
and-
why you limit it to a certain amount of days. If it's only a 60-day or
Yeah,
30-day
no,
trial,
right.
let's,
I would
let-
see more 60 days would be more of a pattern than 30 days,
Right.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
would say, give them till 1 a.m., and then after that 60 days, you either earned it or you didn't.
Yeah, I'd rather go 11 o'clock, and if they earned it, then,
Because we need to
Then
know,
extend it.
we need to know about the DJ. That's going to be the issue.
We'll know at
Live
11,
mariachi band is not going to be an issue till 11
No.
a.m.
we'll know at 11
Or
o'clock
yeah.
because people will complain.
Excuse me.
I mean, that's half of it. The other half is how the management handles the complaint and the problem.
Right.
And in the past, it wasn't handled well. So so it's also,
This
both sides
doesn't
of
look
it.
like a nightclub atmosphere.
Do you
Well,
mean
let's
by
hope
the
not.
property manager? handling the complaints as well. My understanding is that Concurring is the new property manager, right? They purchased a building a couple of years ago, and they're managing differently than what it used to be, which is a new management company, Concurrent, if I'm pronouncing that properly.
Is that right? I don't know.
I don't know.
For the whole
But they
clock
won't be
tower?
there on a Saturday night at midnight, so it'd be whoever, yeah.
Be us.
So that's who's gonna have to take care of the problem right away. You know, originally when that strip mall was built, it wasn't an intention to have live music and whatever. You know, it was really offices and retail. So, I mean, you have seniors that living behind there, and that's a problem, you know, so it's just a very sensitive issue. So,
Sounds
and
like-
I've been out there at 11 o'clock at night listening to music and the neighbor complaining, and it's just not a good thing. So we want you to succeed, and we want to have a good relationship and success for you, but we have to come with some parameters and, you know, protections for all of us. You know, I don't want to see the police out there. There's other things to do more than to have them come out and listen for loud music, you know, which happened multiple times over the last 5 years, you know, so.
At this point, like, you know, again, I've dealt with, you know, senior living communities, and, you know, you're gonna have, like, that neighbor, that's gonna be crying wolf all the time, you know, and that's something, you know, you can't avoid. Even if the music is not that loud, just as long as that they can hear, barely hear it, they're still gonna make a complaint. How do we avoid that?
And we dealt with that. And we had an officer corroborate on body camera to make sure that it was excessive before we had any violations. So an officer would sit in the area, monitor it from where the caller actually placed a phone call. If it was determined to be a problem, that's when we made contact with the restaurant. We just didn't arbitrarily walk in and say, hey, somebody said it's too loud, shut it down. We corroborated, and then we dealt with the anonymous caller saying it wasn't too loud, and we weren't making contact with the restaurant.
Okay, I just, you know, want you guys to also know that my client.
Sir, you'll have to speak into the microphone. I have a hearing issue.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this
In-
mic.
in
The
the
mic there,
microphone.
there you go.
You know, I also want, you know, everybody to know that my client this is an investment for them. So they want to do good, not ruin their, you know, investment. So they're all ears on whatever needs to get done. They're all ears.
Yeah, and we want to be fair as well. I mean, you know, what's reasonable, like, as trustee Nedved, I mean, is that, we don't want to hamper your business either. So we have that fine line, I guess. We want you to do well, and we want to be happy, and
Yes, and that's why they're also going through the, you know, putting insulation, you know, like.
That's
they're
good.
also- You know, like, they're also going to throw insulation in the
Good.
kitchen and all that stuff. So then that way, it absorbs a lot of the, you know, music. You know, unfortunately, I'm going to have to come up with a design or something where the passageway of, you know, like the kitchen to, you know, the open areas,
Yeah.
you know, how to avoid any music or anything going through there, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, as they're doing, they're going to invest in raising that wall, put, you know, sound barriers, you know, and,
okay,
you know, just do whatever it takes.
okay.
That's why even just as something as simplistic as the door, the reason that we put it in there just to have it as a basis of discussion was some of the complaints that we had for noise was simply because the kitchen door was being propped open at night and it was letting noise out. So we just put that in there as a thought. And then someone told us the door was broken and they couldn't fix it, so.
No, the door's working, and we just found out that the makeup air unit wasn't working, so obviously the kitchen was just extremely hot, too.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so, we're looking at everything, so everything is be operating perfect, and like I said, my client's just, it's an investment for him, and he wants not to ruin it for himself.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's good.
Thank you.
So where are we at, 11 o'clock for 60
where I'm
days?
at.
Yeah, I mean, they sound like they're willing to accept that, and then if they can
Then
prove
they
it.
come, how do we handle that after that then, as far
So,
as?
okay, step back to the beginning here. So the Sunday through Thursday, if we do, so it sounds like 60 days?
Yeah.
Okay. So within that 60 days, is it Friday, Saturdays only till 11 o'clock? Or is it okay to lay it out Sunday through Thursdays till 9? Or do you just want to focus on Fridays and Saturdays? What are we working on?
No, like
Do
you
you
said,
have-
you should have it all in there because otherwise.
So my
Yes.
question, the reason I asked about the Sunday through Thursday, do you have any intention on having live music Sunday through Thursday at all?
I mean, if somebody is playing a
'Cause
guitar,
I'd rather see.
I can hear that.
And that's another thing too, because the only time aside of, let's say Friday, Saturday, that they might have, you know, like and I'm thinking they might have like, like music, would be if there's like a holiday, like on Wednesday, so, like, or Thursday, or,
Yeah, like Cinco de Mayo, whatever event or something that you might want to have something.
on a weekly basis, here's Monday, here's.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just gonna wanna do like, and again, it'll be like on a holiday weekend, he'll have
Sure.
an extra day and all that stuff. But otherwise, it's just Friday and Saturdays.
Okay.
And I think it's fair that, him show you guys and prove to you guys.
Yeah.
That he's gonna be able to do the right thing.
Yeah, I think when we put the Sunday, Thursday in for conversation, as I was saying earlier, one of those was, a lot of times when a petitioner comes forward, they're not sure, like something like that might come up where you might have an event on a Wednesday that wasn't, and you're like, oh, I'm only allowed to have on a Friday, Saturday, so they call the village hall and say, can I have music? Then you're like, well, you have this agreement that says you can only do Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we put it in there just as a basis. I don't think we've ever gotten a complaint at any of the previous locations there before 10 o'clock at night, and our sound ordinance is 9 on the weekdays. So we put 9 in there just as a basis in case something comes up, if they want to have music at a table. But that's up to the board. If you want to take that out and just limit it.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I was just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Quick question. Osvaldo had a question whether he'd be able to have a DJ after 11 p.m.
Not right now. It's not based on what they're saying.
Right, because the DJ is considered live music. So that's the whole issue with 11 o'clock.
And again, we're talking about maybe just 60 days. 60 days just until 11, no DJ after that or anything. And if you're okay, then maybe we extend it from there, right? That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, I guess after you do your job with the installation, and that'd be a good test period to see if that sound, how far that sound travels and how much it interferes with the neighbor's peace of mind. So
Yeah.
I think that's a fair thing. If you can handle that, that'd be good.
He also wants to add that on Sundays, he might have a mariachi band from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Would that be also something they will not be able to do?
No, we just put it in, the board agreed to have Sunday through Thursdays till 9.
Till night, okay. I
Yeah,
missed that.
and we did it just in case stuff like that comes out. That's why, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Will you have your own sound system in there, in the restaurant anyways?
Like-
He exists. He already exists. It's in there. There are speakers. There's 4 speakers, 2 on each side.
Yeah, it's a nice sound system.
There's a sound system in there.
So you'll be able to have your own music,
Correct.
just not a DJ.
So the DJ can tap into the existing speakers. There's
Right.
Yeah, but you
connections.
can't have a DJ after 11 o'clock.
Correct. So at that point, more likely, he's going to have to take over the DJ just with an iPad or something.
Right, just regular,
Yeah.
you
Just
just
regular
play
music.
music. Right.
Exactly.
It could also be, like, that's something that we, talking to them, after 11, yes, have your music, but you can't have it, that loud anymore.
Right.
Yeah, just like any other normal restaurant in the area has that background music. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's fair.
That's a good point, though, that it'll be the same system as a DJ, probably.
Correct.
Yeah, so,
Well, the DJ usually brings their own stuff.
The DJ's just going to plug into that
Oh,
sound
okay.
system.
so,
The
okay,
difference-
well, we still have to go with 11 o'clock, and, if it's an issue with noise or,
So the way I would envision this, you asked earlier, the only other thing I had left was the penalty section. We don't necessarily have to have one. We put it in there because we thought this was going to be for a year. So I don't know if you want to keep the same, the schedule's probably not in the memo where it says, first thing is a written warning, $500 fine. That was assuming that this would be for a year and
Yeah.
it would be spread out. My intention would be to simply put it on an upcoming agenda in 2 months from the approval. And then actually 2 months from when we obviously know when they're going to open.
Take occupancy,
And then,
yeah.
right, sorry, that's what I meant. And so when they open, 2 months from then, and then it's simple for us. We just come back to the board and give an update and,
yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And because they're going to need it to be extended if they've had no update. So we'll tell the board in the memo, there's been 0 complaints or whatever, and then the board can choose how to go from there.
Yeah, sounds fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
You're welcome.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you very much.
And then if you want, I'll have Mike from our office. I can have him reach out to you tomorrow morning and just go over everything again, okay? Thank you. You're welcome.
Yep, thanks. Okay, includes our discussion. Motion adjourned.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. All right, good night.